Hello and welcome to Dotto Tech. Glad you could join us today. A few shows ago, we looked at the best graphics products that we've seen over the past few years on this show. Well, this week, we thought we'd look at our favorite productivity demos along with one of the products that we get the most questions about. So off the top, we're going to look at one of the areas that most of us can use help in, managing our time and contact manager, namely Outlook. We store all of our contacts in Outlook, as well as our appointments, our calendar, and we also use it as our email client. It's a very important tool. Now, while it does a good job at all of these tasks, 'tis a superstar at none of them. Good enough seems to be the cry from most of us regarding Outlook. Now, fortunately, Outlook is built to work with other applications and tools. So, bright minds have come up with better, or at least different ways to do things within Outlook. Now, these Outlook add-ons can be as significant as entire new applications that work side by side with Outlook and share data, or as simple as a utility to overcome a weakness within Outlook. Let me show you my version of Outlook because everybody's is unique. I've got 4 different add-ons installed right now. I've got Plaxo installed. Now, Plaxo is a tool that allows me to share contact information with other people in my database so that I always have people's current phone number and email address and that sort of thing. And there's all the tools for Plaxo here. We looked at it in a previous season. Now, we just looked at LinkedIn earlier in this show. The LinkedIn dashboard gives me the same kind of access to LinkedIn as the website, but now I'm doing it right from within Outlook. So it's really extended the capabilities of Outlook to do many of the things that I could do at the LinkedIn website right here within my Time and Contact Manager, which is a great place to have access to my LinkedIn contacts. Along the top here, in a totally different area, are all of my Norton anti-spam tools. I get a lot of spam email, and I rely on Norton anti-spam to filter it. It's an Outlook add-on, so it now filters all my spam email for me. And then finally, down here, we have the Sperry software add-ons. Now, Sperry is a company that does a great job at redressing some of the challenges we face within Outlook. Now, they've got a whole collection of tools, if we take a look here at their website, which can make our Outlook lives just a little bit better. There are actually more than a few add-ons in the Sperry software catalog if we take a look. Let me show you some of the highlights. Some of the utilities save you a little bit of time, which over the years can end up saving you a lot of time. For example, add email addresses. Every time you send an email to someone or reply to an email, this will make sure that that email address ends up in your database, in your contact list, so that next time you go to enter it, it's there already. You don't have to manually enter it every time. So over time, that's going to save you a lot of energy. Always blind carbon copy. Some companies have rules about making sure that all email is blind carbon copy that's being sent out of the company. Now, that can be a real hassle. First of all, it's tough to remember to blind carbon copy. Secondly, when you go to send an email within Outlook, blind carbon copy isn't one of the options you have right away. You actually have to go in to your contact database, and there you have to enter the blind carbon copy. A bit of a hassle. If you do need to do that, then this utility is one that's going to make a lot of sense for you. And there's another reason you might want a blind carbon copy. If you have an assistant that you like to keep up to date with all of your emails, that's another good purpose for the blind carbon copy. This one of my favorites, because I've been embarrassed more than once by sending off an email saying, here's the spreadsheet I promised you, sending the email and going, oh, I didn't send the attachment. So either the person sends you back an email, which is very humiliating, saying, no attachment, Steve, and you have to then send them the attachment, or you realize just as you hit send that you didn't send it, and you have to send the eating crow email saying, I forgot to send the attachment, here it is, don't think I'm an idiot, please. What this does is it just prompts you every time you send an email, did you want to send an attachment with that, Steve? And if you say yes or no, if you say yes, you make sure you send the attachment and you're not embarrassed anymore. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the most valuable tools within this are the duplicate managers. Now, for some unknown reason, Outlook seems bound and determined to duplicate things, to replicate records within itself. This tends to happen once we attach a PDA. Once we attach either a BlackBerry or a Palm device, all of a sudden something happens in the data structure of Outlook. It has a brain fart and it starts to duplicate contacts, duplicate appointments, duplicate notes. We don't know why it does this. We don't know how it does this. All we know is it does it, and it's frustrating as heck. The duplicate manager will actually go through our different folders, find all the duplicates, and then remove them for us. It seems like a lot to go through, but if you've ever had 780 names in your database suddenly duplicated into 1,560 names and then had to go through and remove every other one, this is worth the price of admission all by itself. Let me go ahead and show you how we manage our different Sperry add-ons. We click here within the Sperry add-on area within our Outlook, and that gives us a little console that allows us to manage all of the different add-ons that we've installed. It's very similar to how Symantec has a console to manage all of our security and antivirus tools. All of the things that we're going to use within Sperry are going to be managed within this one configuration screen here. So in my case, I've got some duplicate contacts in my contact database. I just click here on contacts. Then I have to choose the folder that I want it to check for duplicates, and I'm going to choose my contact folder, say OK, and then I've got a choice. I can make a backup of all of the different names that it removes in case it makes a mistake. If you don't trust the software and you think it might make a mistake, or you just want to make sure that you have a backup in case, you can have it, instead of deleting all of the duplicates, instead moving the duplicates to, and then you can create a folder for that. I trust the software. I've used it a lot in the past. I know that it only removes duplicates, so I hit apply to apply all the settings that I've established, and then click on the Remove Now button. And instead of me going through and manually picking out each duplicate, it's going through my entire contact list, and it's removing all of the duplicates. Oh, Mr. Sperry, I do love you. Look, 36 duplicates, all removed. Adios, amigos. You gotta love the spirit of a company like Sperry. They look at how we use our computer day to day, and they come up with simple tools to streamline the process. One add-on that we didn't have time to look at in that piece was Acrobat from Adobe, which has become one of my favorite Outlook add-ons. The beauty of Acrobat is not only does it give you access to all of the PDF creation tools within Outlook, it also allows you to archive all of your emails into PDF format. And archiving email is another one of those areas where Outlook falls short of the mark. Blogs, podcasts, streaming video. You can find it all on our website. Check it out at dottotech.com.